Yeah, good evening, everyone. Chalo, so joining camps. Let's start off. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute, guys. Yeah. So last class we have done this, the rocket problem. Chalo. Others cams on, Anay, keep your cam on. Let's do the same problem, but in a different way. Let's say a particle is projected with speed u vertically. This distance is d. And this point is the origin, 0, 0. And this is d, 0. So this particle would simply fly up and then come down. Find d mod r by dt at time t. Let's get this. Again, remember, this is not dr by dt. This is d mod r by dt. Completely different from velocity. Let's get this thing, everyone. This week ka test is online, right? It's on kinematics 1D. The last test ka results I'll be posting it after the class gets over. I think after 20th, right? I'm planning some extra classes on Sundays, so that we can catch up with the portion fast. I think another 4 or 5 classes, extra classes should give us a good push through. How to do this thing? It's a good one. Give it a try. A particle is projected with speed u vertically at a distance d, 0. It is going up and down. 0, 0 is the origin. R bar is the position vector. R bar is the position vector of the particle. Means as this guy is flying here, this is the R bar, everyone. This is R bar, then this is R bar, then this is R bar, and so on. I hope you're getting. And I'm asking you find the rate of change of length of magnitude of the vector. And we did discuss about d mod r by dt. What does it mean last time before? So let's see how will you do this. I think we discussed this in vectors. dr by dt का mod speed. d mod r by dt is not speed. This is something else. Try. You got a minute. Right, Akansh. Then what? After that, what? Any answers? See, first thing, the way to do this normally, right? Brute force. You projected the particle. This thing goes up. So this coordinate would be ut minus half gt square. And this is d comma 0. So this coordinate will be d comma y. And this would be your r bar. So r bar would be di cap plus ut minus half gt square j cap. So mod r bar would be the magnitude root over d square plus ut minus half gt square ka whole square. And then you have to suppose to differentiate this. And you'll get something. That is one way to do. This is completely brute force. But there's a better way to do. I will leave the working to you. Now, there's a better way to do. Listen to this thing. As the particle is going up, at any instant, this velocity is Vy, which is u minus gt. This is your r bar. Let's say this angle is some alpha. This angle, let this angle be alpha. Now try to understand what is the meaning of this. If I take a component here like this, v cos alpha, and this is v sine alpha, each velocity is doing a certain thing. This v cos alpha, which we took this component here, this is responsible for changing r bar ka magnitude, isn't it? The v cos alpha along r bar is responsible for changing the length of the vector, whereas this guy is responsible for changing the direction of the vector. This is the meaning of vector components. Whenever you divide a vector along two components, one component is responsible for changing magnitude, and this guy is responsible for changing direction. So indirectly, what I'm saying is this is nothing but d mod r by dt, isn't it? The component which is responsible for changing the length of the magnitude is v cos alpha. So d mod r by dt will be v cos alpha. V will be u minus gt into cos alpha. And how do you find alpha? This distance is d, and this is y coordinate. So cos alpha will be adjacent side y by root over d square plus y square. I will leave the answer in terms of y. So this is u minus gt by y by root over d square plus y square. That's your answer. Where y is equal to ut minus half gt square. Numbers are given, you would have got a good answer. Now, if you do the same thing here, if I differentiate this, 1 by 2 root over d square plus ut minus half gt square, chain rule, into again differentiate this thing, you'll get u minus gt. Then again differentiate. This is what you get. T minus now 2 times ut minus gt into u minus gt. 2 will get cancelled. This is nothing but y by root over d square plus y square into u minus gt. Check. Isn't it the same answer? Right. Please check it out. This is the alternate way to do. This is much faster way. Actually understanding what does the d mod r by dt means. It is actually the component of velocity along the vector. This is how you do brute force. Matlab, there is no understanding, nothing. You just find r bar, get the magnitude and differentiate. Please check. Any doubts on this? Ask me. So d mod r by dt gives you the rate of change of length of the vector. The rate of change of length of the vector. This is not speed. This is something else. Clear, Aryan? Pratyush? Siddharth? Vivan? Clear with this? Anay? Clear, na? Shaurja? Dakshika? Clear? Any doubts on this? Check it out. Let's see the next one. Can I turn the page? Next one. Any doubts? Please ask me. Anyone not clear with this? You'll get the PDF end of the session, but focus on problems and anything that you don't understand. Let's work, spend more time on thinking and solving. It's a good one. D mod r by dt. Next one. Let's say we have a rocket here. Initial speed is 0. Acceleration is 2t. T is time. Acceleration is not constant. The engine shuts down at 10 seconds. Find H max of the rocket. Let's get this. A rocket starts with a variable acceleration a is equal to 2t, and it works for 10 seconds, and then the engine shuts off. Get this. 2,500. 3,000, 1,000 by 3. We have three different answers. How do you start this? The first of all, you can't use your regular equations v is equal to u plus at. S is ut plus half at square because acceleration is not constant. So how do we start? Remember, whenever acceleration is not constant, you go back to the basics. A is equal to 2t. A is dv by dt, which would be 2t. So we get dv is 2t dt. Integrate on both sides. Initial speed is 0, v and 0 and t. So v is equal to t square. Again, integrate dy by dt because it's going in the vertical direction. This is t square. We get dy is integral t square dt. This will be 0 to y and this will be 0 to t. We get y is equal to t cube by 3. So this is the height of the rocket as a function of time t. So after 10 seconds, t is 0, you're here. T is equal to 10 seconds. The rocket is at a height of 1,000 by 3 meters. And it has gained a speed v is equal to t square, that is 100 meters per second. And you're asking for h max. Now understand, once the rocket engine shuts down, it just behaves like a normal projectile where it simply goes up and comes down. The moment the engine shuts off, the rocket won't stop. The rocket will still have the same speed as the, the final speed of the rocket there. So this would be your h max formula, which is v square by 2g. That would be 100 square by 20, and that would be 1,000 by 2, 500 meters. So the total height from the ground would be 1,000 by 3 plus 500. That would be 2,500 by 3 meters. That's your answer. Nikant, you are right. Siddharth, Lakshika, check your answer. See where it went wrong. I think 1,000 by 3, you assumed v is 0 there. The main thing is that the rocket won't stop after reaching when the rocket engine shuts off. It will, but this thing just goes off. It doesn't stop there. Check it out. Clear, everyone? All got this? Anshul, clear now? Anay, clear with this? Ali? Ivan, clear with this?
So can you repeat how you got v equals to 100 meters per second?
Here now we got the speed part from here, isn't it? V is equal to t square. And this is the y. So you got the speed as a function of time t and y height as a function of time t. Clear? Next one. Mayuka, clear na? Pratyush, clear with this? Perfect. Next one. A particle is projected with speed u. Gravity is there, g, and
So can it go back for just a second?
yeah.
Yeah, so done.
The force due to air resistance The force due to air resistance is 0.2 mg. Okay. Find the ratio of time of ascent by time of descent. So when you have thrown the particle vertically into the air, other than gravity, there is also the air resistance, which is providing a force of 0.2 mg. M is the mass of the particle. So a particle of mass m is projected vertically with the air resistance. How do you do this? Meaning, just to give you an idea, in case someone is confused, we are going to use F is equal to ma, Newton's second law. I hope everyone knows that. Net force is equal to mass into acceleration. And one more thing, air resistance is always opposite to velocity. Air resistance is opposite to velocity. So if you're going up, force is down. If you're coming
Sir,
down,
there
force
is
is...
no not given the value of u.
No, answer you make U terms mein. The initial speed is u. Is the question clear, everyone? A particle is projected with speed u, mass m, gravity is there. On top of it, there is an air resistance which acts always opposite to velocity. And the air resistance value is 0.2 mg, which is not actually kind of, true. Air resistance is not constant. Generally it changes. Time of ascent by time of descent. How do you find this? 2:3, I can't send me the working one. Because I don't think you get such a beautiful answer. Please try this, it's a good one. Anyone who didn't understand the question, please ask me. If you don't understand the question, it is my fault. Don't know how to do, that is totally fine. Let's do it together. First, think about it for 2-3 minutes. Anyone not clear with the question? Aryan, question is clear? Right. Vivan, question is clear? Ali, question clear, hai na? Perfect. Mayuka, question is clear? Dikshita? Clear, great. Anika also got 2/3. Maybe you guys are right, but I don't know. I have a feeling it is not right. I could be wrong. Even Ekant got the same answer though. Lakshika, what did you get? Others, any other one? Try. I'll give you 2 minutes. It's a good one. Ekant, by any chance, did you use the formula U by G? The problem can with U by G, Ekant, while going up, will come with U, but while coming down, the speed is not same, isn't it? You can't use the formula U by G, everyone. If you had used U by G to get the answer, you did it wrong. Because you go with U, but you won't come back with U. Because of air resistance, your speed actually decreases. Someone said 1:1. No, that is definitely wrong. Ali, 2:1. No, wrong. Think. I'll give you a little idea what is happening. Listen. While going up, the speed is upward. Let's see the forces acting on the body. mg, air resistance, I'll just call it F air, which is also 0.2 mg. I know we are using Newton's second law. Newton's second law, 0.2 mg plus mg is equal to mass into acceleration. M gets cancelled. We end up with A is equal to 12 meters per second square. That means when the particle is thrown up, I think the gravity has become 12 meters per second square. Agreed? The same particle, after going up and while coming down, if you apply the forces, you have mg downward. Now remember, air resistance is opposite to the velocity, 0.2 mg. So this would be mg minus 0.2 mg is equal to m into acceleration. A is equal to 8 meter per second square. That means while coming down, the particle will think the acceleration is 8 meter per second square. The gravity becomes like 8. I hope this is the first part that you need to figure out. While going up and while coming down, acceleration is not same. Because the statement air resistance is opposite to velocity. While going up, mg and air resistance will be in the same direction. While coming down, mg and air resistance will be in the opposite directions. Now, from here, you try. I'll give you 2 minutes from here. This is the first part you need to figure out, that while going up and while coming down, acceleration is not same. How do you approach from here? Find the ratio of time of ascent by time of descent. Yeah, take 2 minutes, take 2 minutes. It's a good question. It is worth spending 2 minutes. This would be mains mein moderate to hard question. You can say it's a mains mein hard question, advanced mein it is an easy question. What do you get? Advanced mein after 20 questions, there will be at least 6 to 7 of this level. Mains mein out of 25, you might find 3 to 4 of this level. Pratyush, 2 is to 3. That's what I said. That is wrong because you use the formula U by G, isn't it? What is the guarantee that it will go with you and come back with you? Don't you think it should be a little slower while coming back? Ekank got root 2 by root 3. Might be right. I have a feeling there will be a root in the answer, but I'm not sure. Let's see. I will check it out. Try another 1.5 minutes. Everyone should give a serious try. It's okay if you don't get an answer. Get a wrong answer, totally fine, but try. That's how you learn. Don't get scared of wrong answers. Maximum you'll scratch a page, you'll tear a page. Big deal. Try. Guys, just give me a minute. My mom is calling. I don't know why. It is scary when she calls. Yeah, sorry guys. My mom doesn't call generally. Because I and mom have a, this thing. If she gives me one missed call, matlab, it is important. You just call me when you're free. But she gives me 2 missed calls, matlab, something really bad happened. I have to call back. She gave 1 call only, but I was a little worried. Kuch nahi tha, it was fine. So let's see how to do this thing. See, even at my age, mom calls, you still get scared. Moms are moms, even when you're 70 years old. Let's see this thing. First one. So you're going up with u and your acceleration was 12. So you go somewhere till here and you stop. So v is 0. You'll understand why I'm doing that. So I'm going to use v is equal to u plus 80. So this is 0, this is u, and this is minus 12t. This is your time of ascent. So t1 is u by 12. And this is also h max. You'll understand why I need that. So v square minus u square is 2as. So this is 0 minus u square. 2 acceleration is minus 12, and this is h. Actually, you could have used the formula u by g and this thing, but then you might think like I can use it everywhere. So that's why I'm not doing that. Now, why do I need to find h? Because when you're falling down, your speed is 0. How much does this thing fall? This will travel a distance of h. There is no guarantee. It won't come back with the same speed it is projected with. So now you want to find the time of descent here. And this acceleration a is 8 meter per second square. So we are writing the equation s is equal to ut plus half at square. S is minus h, u is 0. Remember, displacement negative minus half 8 time of descent square. This is, let's call it T2. So this is 8 now, so that would be h by 4 ka root. And what is h? U square by 24. So that is u square by 96. That is u by root 96. So you want time of ascent by time of descent ka ratio, which is u by 12 by u by root 96. That is root 96. What is root 96? 16 6 4 root 6 by 12. 4 3 root 6 by 3. That would be root over 2 by 3. That's your answer, everyone. Check. Hi, Kanshi, you got that right. Ali, 6 by root 12 root 2. Is that right?
Yes, most
You're right
probably.
only. Lakshika, you got it right. Kanshi, you are right. Others, please check it out. The mistake what people do, right? They think time of ascent u by g while coming also u by g. This is wrong. The time of ascent will be equal to time of descent if you go with the speed u and come back with speed u. Here you won't come back with speed u. You'll come back with some other speed here, v dash. I didn't ask you that, but if I want to find that, that would be v dash square minus 0 square would be 2 minus h, and that would be minus g minus h minus 8. So v dash square would be 16 and h would be u square by 24. So I get v dash is equal to root over 2 by 3 u. This is the final speed. You come back to the ground with a speed of root 2 by 3 u. I could have asked you that question also. With what speed does it come back? Please check. It's a good one. So first thing is figuring it out that while you're going up, the acceleration will be 12 downward, and while coming up, it is 8 downward. And you can't use the formula time of ascent and descent u by g directly. So you need to find the height h, because while coming back, you travel the same distance. And from there, again, use the 3 equations. We are just playing with the 3 equations. All clear with this? Good one. Not too tough, but it's a good one. You need to know. And exam is an answer 2:3. And root 2 is to root 3. Most people at 2:3 and come. You get a -1. Clear? Can I go ahead? Next one. Siddharth, clear, na? Anay, Saurja, clear? Maika, Dikshita, clear? Perfect. Next one. That's your final speed. That would be a good one. Same question. Particle is projected with speed u. Mass is m. Gravity is there on top of it. The air resistance is given by minus bv square. B is constant and negative indicates opposite to velocity. So this time the air resistance is changing with velocity. This is actually how air resistance changes. How faster you go, more air resistance you have. So previously we took it as constant. It is not constant. Find H max. So we are using calculus in kinematics 1D. The regular questions are fine. You can manage them, but these are more important ones. Get this. Find H max. 3 minutes. So while going up, there are two forces, mg downward and air resistance bv square also downward. Try. Finish off. After that, we have 2-3 easy questions. Then we'll start off projectile introduction today. Anyone not clear with the question, please ask. M by B ln u minus 1 dimensions are not changing. Ln u minus 1 कैसा लिखा? That is ln u or ना ln नहीं आएगा एकांश. Integration is a little different, okay? But like I said every time, if you can get the physics equation right, if you get the equation till there, your job as your job is done. Don't worry about the integration part actually. Max people, when they teach you can handle it, but let's see how to do this. So when you're throwing up, what are the forces? Mg, let's say you're going up. Yeah, that only have to do it. Or air resistance will be piche bv square. So we get mg plus bv square is equal to mass into acceleration. The acceleration will be g plus b by m v square. That's your acceleration. So we have a is equal to, I'll just write this as mg plus bv square by m. I can write this thing as minus v dv by dy, minus because it is decelerating. So this is v dv by mg plus bv square. You might be right. Let's see. This would be dy by m. This you have to integrate. Initially, your 0. This would be h max. Initially, your speed is u, and your speed is finally 0 because at h max your this thing. If you have got till here, I think you're done. So technically speaking, you know how to do this. Because after this, it is pure max. Now that is totally fine because max they teach you such high level different integrations. This will be a joke then. But I know at our current level, it looks weird. So how do we solve this? We use integration with substitution. we do this thing. Put mg plus bv square is equal to some z. Differentiate on both sides. This would be 2bv dv, b is constant, and this would be dz. So when I substitute here, you get minus v dv will be dz by 2b, and the denominator mg plus b square become dz. All right, I think you must be right. And this would be y by m integral from 0 to h max. This would be minus 1 by 2b ln z. This would be h max by mass m. Minus 1 by 2b, bring that ln z again, that would be mg plus bv square. Don't forget the limits, which are from u to 0. Maybe I should have done in the next page, I guess. I should have done the next page. So we get h max is equal to minus m by b ln z, which is m by b ln, limits are from u to 0. Ln z is mg plus bv square, limits are from u to 0. Substitute 0, you get ln mg. Substitute u, you get ln mg plus bu square. Send minus inside, and ln a minus ln b is ln a by b. Ln mg plus bu square by mg. This is your h max, everyone.
So can it show the last page?
Yeah. Check the steps. Now this integration of substitution, sir, why should we do like this? That's a method in math. So we'll not get into like why we should do this, but this is how we approach this kind of integration. Again, I'm saying, really, don't worry about it. If you have got till here, I think your job is done. You did a pretty good job. But this part, now you know how to do. And you will learn it much better in maths. But this much you should learn. In physics, you have 3 to 4 integrations, of substitution, which you should know. And this is one of them. A proper advanced question. Because the concept stuff is actually more of a mathematical problem. Please check.
So last page.
Aryan, clear with this? Sure, no? Anay? Ekam, got your mistake? Where did you goof up? Limits, file put in the limits. Lakshika, got this? You got this before or now? You got it now. A little more maths, actually. Siddharth, Pratyush, clear with this. Dikshita, got it now? I hope everyone is getting this air resistance problems. You can have a constant air resistance, you can have a variable air resistance, and so on. Substitution part. Please check.
So
It's a
where
good one.
did that minus go?
Minus अंदर जाएगा तो it will be like this minus this, na?
अच्छा, okay.
And ln a minus ln b is ln a by b. Okay, I just did 2 steps at the same time. Clear? Great. Turn in the page. Let's do some easy standard questions. Find the speed and time when it reaches the ground. Get it. These are standard questions. Finish it off. Particle is projected 20 meters per second from a building of height 60 meters. Find the speed and time when it reaches the ground. What do we use? S is equal to ut plus half at square. Now be careful, S is displacement. You're starting from here, you're ending here. Displacement is downward. Up positive, down negative. S is minus 60. So one minus sign can mess up the whole thing. So be careful. U is 20 time. Gravity is always downward. So minus half G 10 T square. This would be T square, that is 5 minus 40 minus 12 is 0. Did I write it right? 0, so 5, 5 fours and 5, 20. Yeah, looks right. So T is equal to 4 plus or minus B square 16 plus 12, 4, 48 by 2. That is 64. That would be 8 comes out. 8 plus 4, 12 by 2, 6 seconds. Check your calculations, everyone. 10. How did we get 10? Did I mess up something? Displacement is negative. Don't forget it. Your starting point is always the origin. No matter how much you go up and come down, this is your initial, this is your final. Displacement is pointing downward. It is minus 60. U is plus 20 because it is up and A is minus 10. And using the equation V square minus U square is 2AS. V square, U is 20 square, 2, acceleration is minus 10 and displacement is minus 60. That would be 400 plus 1200, 1600, that is 40 meters per second. This is the total time, right, Akansh? What is the total time? You projected it from here, no? What do you mean by total time from when it comes back? This 6 seconds is the total time it takes to reach the ground from the point of projection. Please check, everyone, see where it went wrong. Dikshita, got your mistake?
Yeah, I tried like in a different way, but the height I considered from data.
Meaning, I know what you guys do sometimes. You take this as one time and this is one time. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. If you take from here to here, you'll get a quadratic here.
Yeah.
Instead of that, why don't you use quadratic from here to here directly in one equation?
So, but even by doing this method, we should get the same answer.
You should get the same answer. So when you came back, what did you take speed as? Minus 20 downward?
Yeah.
Then what is your equation? Minus 60 minus 20t minus half gt square. I think you're messing up the minus sign somewhere.
Okay, I'll just check.
Up positive, down negative. Be careful. You should get it. You shouldn't add 2u by g again. Why will you add that? That is including. This time includes all this. Easy, everyone got this? Everyone clear, na? Easy one. Ali, Anshul, clear? Pratish got this? Aryan got the answer? Siddharth, Shaurya, clear? Mayuka, clear, na? Next one. Let's see one more. These all are standard questions. Mostly bits level or even mains may some easy questions is that. They do ask easy questions, mains and bits. Last year, the mains paper was such a dumb paper. My medical students scored more. That was a thing. Medical student, there's a medical student in Mulund. That guy scored around 99.97 percentile in physics. What these people did, right? Medical students, normally we send medical students to write JEE paper. We tell them here it's a good practice for you. You'll get an experience like how does the exam center look, how do you feel and everything. So these people go there like a picnic, so they're not tensed. And second thing, PCM, they don't even see the max paper, so they write physics and chemistry for 3 hours. So obviously they'll score more, but paper was also easy, so they could have handled it. Advanced papers are a different game though. So particle is dropped from rest. it covers 9h by 25. This is another standard question. In its last second of its motion. Find h. So a particle is dropped from a building of height h, and in the last 1 second it covers 9 by 25th of the total height. Then what is the height of the building? So this particular ratio 9 by 25 happens for a particular height. Get this? Yeah, take GS10 right. Normally keep GS10. Big difference आएगा क्या? कुछ नहीं आएगा. Options देखो ना. Anytime if you see options ना, you'll get options 110, 120, 130, 140. If you use G9 pointed options, will be like 109, 119, something of that sort. So by seeing the options, you can guess actually whether taking G10 or G9 pointed. If the answer options are pretty close by, then you're gone. But generally they do mention G ka value. Get this. This is a standard question. I'm sure you must have seen it in your notes for class notes or somewhere. This question came in empty. Standard है. Try a minute or two. Just give it a try. One two five zero नहीं आने का. You got too big actually. तो zero नहीं आएगा. Akshika, you are right. Pratyush, you are right. Let's see how to do that. See, let the total time be t. So you fall a distance of h is equal to half gt square. That means in last but 1 second, you have traveled how much? The total, the last second you are traveling 9h by 25. That means you are traveling 16h by 25 in t minus 1 seconds. Isn't it? In total time t, if you travel h, then in t minus 1, you will travel 16h by 25. U is 0. You're done. Take this h there and substitute it there. Take h from here and put it in this. You get 16 by 25 into half gt square is equal to half gt minus 1 whole square. Half g cancels out. You end up with 4t is equal to 5 into t minus 1. And we get t is equal to 5 seconds. put it back there and you get h is equal to 125 meters. If you take g 9.8, you get 122.5. Right, Anshul? Aryan, you got it right. Easy? Standard question. Others got this? Sorja, clear, na? Yeah. Dikshita got this thing, right? Yeah. Perfect. Next one. Another standard one. This also did come in multiple exams. We have a tall building. We have a stone released from rest. So as this is falling, first question, find the ratio of these are kind of a question which you can expect in bits. Even mains also, because actually mains questions, right, are repetitive. From last 3-4 years, the question started repeating a lot. Because previously what used to happen is to make a paper every year. But from 2020, after the COVID thing, the paper became online. So they took a question bank of 1 to 2 lakh questions and dumped it in a system. So the system randomly selects questions from them and gives a paper. And it has a certain restrictions. It has to take a certain number of questions from a particular chapter and so on. So the questions have become quite repetitive. In 1 second, in 2 seconds, in 3 seconds, and so on. You just do the notes properly, you finish off your classes ka material, and you solve all the papers we are conducting. Mains is taken care of. Advance is it's a different level story. For that, you need to prepare very specifically. So the second question, distance traveled in the first second. Second. Now remember, first and second are totally different questions. Third second, and so on. The first one is 1 second, 2 second, 3 second. Matlab 0 to 1, 0 to 2, 0 to 3. This is a ratio of time taken to cover first meter, second meter, and third meter, and so on. Let's get these 3 questions. Finish it off. We'll start off with projectile after this. Get this, everyone. Try. Vivan, try. Get me the answer. You got an answer. You should type it in the chat box here. You should send your answers to the co-host here. Georgia, where are you? I can't see you. You're there? Okay. What happened, Michael? You look tired? Not well? Exhausted from class today. Happens, I understand. Siddharth, on the other hand, looks totally fresh and active. Siddharth, you're eating secretly some cake. Not eating a cake. One of your senior does that. Secretly, she starts eating cake in the middle of the class.
So I was eating a protein, but that was the start of the class.
Protein is fine. Cake is more interesting.
That all you shouldn't eat now.
Chalo, get this ABC. What are the answers for this? Anyone? Anika got some answer. Anika, you could have simplified it more now. You to another lazy only. Itna karke last mein you don't want to simplify. Lakshika, Aryan, yeah, Lakshika, you got the first two right. Aryan, you are right. Anika, you are right. I think the third part is messed up. Third one is wrong, Anika. Aryan, you're right. The first part. Lakshika, first and second part are right. Keep going. Anshul, no answers today. Siddharth, answers. Pratyush. Ivan, should type your answers, everyone. Whatever you got, you type it. Right, wrong, don't worry about it. Send it to me personally. And never be scared of getting a wrong answer. Ekansh, one. What is that? Ekansh sounds funny. Yeah, what did you type? You get a very good answer, right, Ekansh? Ratio, I'm asking, no? Saurja, third one, you're right, Saurja. You got it right. Anay, you could have simplified that further, isn't it? 520, 45. Ratio lane are lazy people. Final exam, who will give you answer like that? Lakshika, you got the third part also right. Try, others try. I'll give a minute more. This is a standard question. When I say standard, means these are kind of questions which did come in the exam. And they are possible of repeating again. Same thing, Dikshita, you're also lazy. You're not simplifying it. You could have simplified it more. Anika, I think now you got all the answers right. Try. A minute more. Siddharth, what the hell is T2, T2 plus 1? What is T? You've created answers of your own. Please give me the answers of what I gave. Don't create your own answers. Hi, Akansh, that is right. Aryan, that is wrong. I know what you did. You actually did something else. Read the question. I asked you find the time taken for first meter, second meter, meaning 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. You're finding 0 to 1, 0 to 0 to 3. See this, everyone. The first part. We have a building here. You dropped it from wrist. So in 1 second, you will travel how much? Half G, 1 square. 2 seconds, you'll travel how much? Half G, 2 square. 3 seconds, you'll travel how much? Half G, 3 square. So the first part ka answer would be 1 square is to 2 square is to 3 square is to 4 square is to so on, n square. Are you getting this? Now this is basically t0 to t is equal to 1 and this is t is equal to 2. So this would be your first second. This would be your second. So for the second part, the answer would be half G 1 square is to half G 2 square minus 1 square is to half G 3 square minus 2 square is to so on. This would be 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 is to so on, odd numbers. Third is a good one. Do have a look at here. I'll do the third in the next page. Please check your answers for A and B. Next one. We know whenever you drop something from a building, the time of flight is root 2h by g. Do you remember this? When you drop from a building, this is the time of flight. If u is 0, this is the time of flight. So here, this is 0. This is the first meter. This is the second meter, and this is the third meter, and so on. So from here to here, the time is root over 2, 1 by g. From here to here, the time is root over 2, 2 by g. From here to here, the time is root over 2, 3 by g. But I didn't ask you this. I asked you this first meter, second meter, and third meter, and so on. So the ratio would be root 2, 1 by g is to root 2, 2 by g minus root 2, 1 by g, root 2, 3 by g, root 2, 2 by g, and so on. So this will be 1 is to root 2 minus 1, root 3 minus root 2, root 4 minus root 3, and so on. Check. That's how you do the C part. Yeah, right, Arjun, you got it. Take it away. The third one is a good one. That's a ratio of time taken for the first meter, second meter, and third meter, so on. This is time for first 3 meters. I didn't ask you this. I asked you for third meter. Clear, everyone? Easy? So for the kinematics test, which is online, you will have it till here. Everything in one day. I'll just repost the test schedule of this week again. I think some of you don't have the schedule. Clear? Any doubts on this thing? Anyone didn't get this, please ask me. Great. Turning the page. The next thing is projectile motion. Now, a particle projected at an angle theta with respect to horizontal theta not equal to 90 is called a projectile. So you can actually define it even more specific. Basically, it's called a projectile, and the motion is called projectile motion. I'll just leave it later. So when you say projectile motion, right, simply the velocity vector and the acceleration vector should not be parallel. That is even more general definition. Should not be parallel or anti-parallel. Meaning angle should not be 180 or 0. So how do we study something like this? If you start throwing particles at an angle, how do we do this? There's no direct way to study this, so we do something better. We simplify the motion. We study this by resolving the motion along two perpendicular directions these will be two 1D motions. These are two one-dimensional motions. And you know how to study one-dimensional motions. You know how to study when something goes up and down, and you know how to study when something goes left and right. That's what you have done till now. And then we get the resultant motion by adding these two vectorially. I'll tell you what it means. Let me show you a diagram. So what this means is, yeah, generally when you say projectile motion, we treat it as a parabolic path. Now, look at the main theme. See, the projectile motion theory is pretty basic. Matlab, you will understand everything, but you should know actually what we're doing and why we're doing. You understood that the questions are manageable. We can handle them. So let's say this is x-axis and this is your y-axis. And let's say you projected a particle with speed u at an angle theta. So the whole idea is we're going to split the motion into two parts. The horizontal component is u cos theta, ux. The vertical component is u sine theta, which is uy. So ux is your initial horizontal component. Initial horizontal component of velocity. Similarly, uy is u sine theta. This is the initial vertical component. I'll just write initial horizontal velocity. So then what this thing says is we are going to split this into two parts. So I will assume you're throwing up with u sine theta, which is uy, plus you're throwing this with horizontally with u cos theta into ux. So this guy goes up and down. This guy will simply go horizontal. Here the gravity is g downward, and here the gravity ax is 0. So this motion here will give you everything in y direction. So when you throw this particle into the air, whatever happens in the y direction is given by this y component. So look at the equations. Vy is equal to uy plus ay t. The meaning of that y is simply vy is the final vertical velocity, is initial vertical velocity plus acceleration vertical into time. So we get vy is u sine theta minus gt. You are going to use the same three equations. You're not learning anything new. Sy is uyt plus half ayt square. This would be y coordinate y u sine theta into time minus half gt square. So this will give you velocity in the y direction. This will give you the y coordinate in the y direction. Similarly, in x direction, vx is ux plus axt. Did you observe? I'm just putting that subscript x everywhere. I'm not doing anything new. So vx would be u cos theta, and I know ax is 0 in this case. So we have a constant horizontal velocity. Does not change with time. Similarly, Sx is ux into t. The reason why I'm writing ax now, right now it is 0, but later it won't be 0. Later on, we'll do problems saying there is a wind and everything. This will give you x coordinate, which is u cos theta into t. So this gives you everything in x direction, and the vertical thing gives you everything in y direction. Are you getting the theme here, everyone? Check it out. Can I turn the page? Ali, clear now? Yeah. Have a look at this. Next thing. Now, from this thing here, what we got, this uy, this gives you everything in the y direction. This gives you everything in the x direction. So what do you mean by that? Now, for example, let's say this gives you y coordinates, right? Let this be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, and 0.6 and 0.7. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if you can plot both of them together, this is what you get. So this gives you y coordinates, this gives you x coordinates at different time intervals. So I can just plot them. So this would be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. Did you observe? I don't know how to study the total motion if you throw at an angle, but I know how to study vertical. So this vertical motion will give you everything in the y direction. So this gives you h max. What is h max ka formula? U vertical square by 2g. It will be u square sine square theta by 2g. What is time of flight? Everything you learned in 1D motion is valid here. 2 u vertical by g, which is 2u sine theta by g. I'll write down all the formulas in the end at one page. And what about time of ascent? Uy by g. Time of descent? Again, uy by g. Now be careful here. This guy and this guy, this formula is valid only if you come to the same level. If a particle is thrown from a certain point and if it comes to the same level, only then you can use this formula. That means you can't use this formula for these cases. If you have a particle and you're throwing at an angle, or if you have a building here and you're throwing down, don't use it here. This is wrong. If you're throwing from buildings, these formulas are not valid. Have a look at that. Clear, everyone? So in this gives you your H max. So frankly speaking, when you study projectile, right, what you're doing is actually two one-directional motions, two 1D motions you're studying, and you're just adding them up. Anything you want in Y, you get it from here. Anything you want in X, you get it from here. Next one. Now, if you talk about the horizontal direction here.
Can you go on the last page 1 second?
Yeah, check it out.
Well, sir.
We'll finish all the theory. There's a bit of a theory there, but so when this thing goes and lands somewhere here, we call this range. Range is the maximum horizontal distance traveled by the particle. Or you can simply say horizontal distance traveled during time of flight. So we can use this formula. Sx is equal to ux t plus half ax t square. The reason why I'm writing that ax is, because it won't be 0 later on. This would be range, ux is u cos theta, and this would be time of flight, and this term would be 0. And we know time of flight is u cos theta into 2u sin theta by g. And we know 2 sin theta cos theta is u square sin 2 theta. So this is the formula. Range is u square sin 2 theta by g. Again, this is valid only if you come to the same level. Remembering formulas is good, but if you don't remember when to use, when not to use, you will mess up. Same level of projection. That means, again, if you throw from a building, don't use this formulas. This is a standard range ka formula. And from this, we can also see theta and 90 minus theta give same range, complementary angles. So if you project with theta, you're going to fall here. If you project with 90 minus theta, you'll have more height, but you still fall at the same place. And theta 45 gives max range. I'm sure most of you know all this stuff you did in your classes, but there I'm just briefing it up. It's important how we deriving each one. Clear? Any doubts on this? Next one. Check it out, check it out. Have a look at this page. Yeah, the next one.
So sine to 2 theta is 2u sine
Yeah.
theta.
2 sine theta cos theta is u square sine 2 theta. ठीक है? Right, Ali? Next thing. Equation of trajectory. We know x is equal to u cos theta t. So from here we get time is equal to x by u cos theta. Y is equal to u sine theta minus half gt square. So take this time and substitute here. Make it y is equal to u sine theta x by u cos theta minus half g x square by u square cos square theta. So we get y is equal to x tan theta minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. This can be also written in another form. Take out x tan theta common. You get 1 minus x by r. R is a range. These are the two forms you can write the equation of trajectory. Equation of trajectory is simply the equation of the path. So that means whenever you throw a particle into the air, the equation of this path is this. It's a parabola. Check. Clear, everyone? Derivation is important, meaning you know how to get the equation of trajectories. What if tomorrow the horizontal acceleration wind is not 0? Then ये change हो जाएगा ना? Then you get x is equal to u cos theta t plus half x t square or something. So better you know how to handle them or nothing else. I can't show. Put it down. Okay. You'll get the PDF anyways, but you can put on the main points if you want. Clear? Next thing. I know theory is little boring, but we have to do. It's important. Remember that we'll always do everything from scratch. We can just brush up faster and we can go to higher level problems. Next thing, velocity and acceleration profile. But basics are important. So how does the velocity and acceleration change when you throw a particle? So when you project a particle with u and theta, you'll observe the horizontal component is u cos theta. U cos theta. It doesn't matter. It is always u cos theta, the horizontal component. It never changes. At least when the wind is 0. The vertical component would be u sine theta. And after some time, it becomes u sine theta minus gt. At the highest point, the vertical component is 0. Now remember, at h max, velocity is not 0. It is u cos theta. And then your velocity starts going down. And then finally, you come back with u sine theta. This is how the vertical component and the horizontal component changes. So this would be your velocity v, and this is your alpha. So here v is the speed at any time t. And if someone asks you to find the velocity at time t, this is given by u cos theta I cap plus u sine theta minus gt j cap. These are the two components, the vx and the vy. So from here we can get the angle tan alpha, which is nothing but v vertical by v horizontal, which is u sine theta minus gt by u cos theta. And we also know the horizontal component Vx is u cos theta is equal to v cos alpha. The horizontal component always remains constant. Alpha here is the angle made by the velocity with the horizontal. And at h max, the velocity Vy is 0, velocity is u cos theta. And the acceleration is always g downward. If you observe the acceleration here, it is g, and it is always g. Acceleration is always g downward. Check this out. This is the velocity and the acceleration profile. We'll do much better questions in the next class, but projectile based, but theory is important. Check it out. Any doubts on this? So let me just brief up all the formulas in one page. Clear with this, everyone?
So can you just go to the previous page?
Yeah. Check it out, check it out. Have a look at this.
Yeah, got it.
The u and theta. So if you take this point as x comma y, this would be your position vector. This would be your velocity vector. So r bar is xi cap plus yj cap. That would be u cos theta t I cap plus u sin theta t minus r g t square j cap. The velocity vector v bar would be vx I cap, vy j cap, which would be u cos theta I cap plus u sin theta minus gt j cap. H max u square sin square theta by 2g. Range u square sin 2 theta by g. Time of flight 2u sin theta by g. Equation of trajectory y is equal to x tan theta minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta, or x tan theta 1 minus x by r. Tan alpha is u sin theta minus gt. U cos theta is equal to v cos alpha. At h max, the speed is u cos theta. There, these are all the standard stuff. Have a look at them. Let's do one to easy questions and we'll wrap up for the day. We'll do more good ones in the next class. But make sure to go through the entire theory once and come. Clear? Check it out, check it out. Ali, Pratyush, clear? Ivan, so far clear, everyone? This is the full theory of projectile. Literally everything, x coordinate, y coordinate, the trajectory equation, h max, range, time of flight, everything. As long as you know these basic formulas and how we got them, projectile you'll be able to handle. We do have variations, but then again. Dikshita, clear, no? Mayuka, Anshul, Siddharth, Aryan. Perfect. Let's see a question. Last one for the day. We have a person here, totally bored, throwing stones into the water, which we do, isn't it? You put you near a lake or a river, what should you get bored and start throwing stones in the water? And there's a boat here. A boat of width 10 meters at a distance of 10 meters from the lake. So here a boy throws stones with speed u and angle theta onto a boat at a distance of 10 meters and width 10 meters. Now, case one, first question, this guy fixed up the angle. He's always throwing the stones with 45 degrees. So the question is, find u if the stones fall in the boat. Meaning, if you hit the edge also means you have fallen into the boat. The second one, this time the speed is fixed. Now he's throwing with constant speeds but different angles. Find theta if the stones fall in the boat. Let's get this. So in the first case, your angle is constant, but you can throw with any speed you want. In the second case, right? You're throwing with a constant speed, but angle you can change. Let's get this thing. Tell me the final answer, Ekansh. I don't want to know what you want to think. Exam I won't be there, na? So. Get this, everyone. I hope this question was clear. How do you do this? Right, Soja. That is right. First part is right. Pratyush. If it falls, no, it will fall at any distance from the origin, right? I didn't understand what you typed, Dikshita. Can you just explain?
So like if it's a ground to ground projectile, so it
Nah,
might fall in the middle of the boat, like the
chalega, that is fine, na?
no, but then the
No.
range would be different. Right?
Yeah, so why question tha na? Matlab, you won't get a single answer here.
Okay.
You get a range of answers then. What you said is true. You get a range. So you get a range of answers.
Okay.
Meaning think na, if you throw slowly, you'll fall here, then here, then here, then here, then you'll hit here. Then if you throw a little faster here, 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 then again you're gone, na? That means there is a particular minimum speed, there's a maximum speed. Between them, you will be in the boat.
Oh, okay.
You have to find minimum to maximum. Right, Anika? You got that right. Siddharth, you got only part of the answer. Sorja, you got that first part right. Get the second one. Finish off everyone. Last one for the day. Then I'll give you one homework question and that we will discuss it on Sunday. Again, this week, we have a class on Sunday instead of Monday, only for this week. So that's what we discussed last time. So Sunday we'll catch up at 7 to 8:30 instead of Monday. No, Soja, that is wrong. That answer is wrong. Think. I'll give you a minute for the first one, then I'll show you. Right, Ekansh? Pratyush, you got the answer right. U belongs to, okay. You're right, Anika, but that's not the full answer. You're right, Vivan. You got that right. You could have just typed the answer 10 to 10 root. I would understand. No need to put a beautiful formal answer. I don't care. Just put the final answer. Like I said, we always believe in efficiency. Formalities are okay. I tell the same thing to the people in the class also. When I enter, they say good morning, good afternoon. I said, if you really respect, so much teachers now, study well, get into a good college and get off our life. That's the best thing you can do for us. Good morning, good evening, good night, happy new year, all this bullshit. And you don't know how they say good morning. Good morning. It doesn't look like someone is wishing, they're just playing around in the class. Let's see the first part, everyone. So the range should be between 20 meters to 10 meters, right?
Yeah.
So put the formula there directly. U square sine 2 theta by g is less than 20. Multiply g on both sides. 100 u square sine 2 theta is 45 is 200. So u will lie between 10 root 2 to 10. Easy?
Yes.
Perfect. What about the second part? Same thing, the range should be between u and 20, but this time u square is 20 square, that is 400 sine 2 theta by g is less than 20. That will cancel. You end up with sine 2 theta is less than half and 1 by 4. So this theta lies between half of sine inverse half and half of sine inverse 1 by 4. So theta lies between 15 degrees and half of sine inverse 1 by 4. But this is not the full answer. Reason, remember, you get the same range for two angles, theta and 90 minus theta. Isn't it? Complementary angles. Meaning if you're getting range for 15, 75 also gives you the answer now. We get same range. For theta and 90 minus theta. Just for an example, okay, just an example. Let's say this number is 5 degrees. You know the meaning of that? If you're getting answer for 5, means you'll get also for 85. If you're getting for 15, means you'll also get for 75. Means 5 to 15 will give the answer, 75 to 85 will give the answer, isn't it? Nika, are you getting that? That's the second part you missed. So the answer for theta is this. Theta is half of sine inverse 1 by 4, comma 15 degrees union 75 degrees, comma 90 minus half of sine inverse 1 by 4. That's your answer. You get two ranges. One from half of sine inverse 1 by 4 to 15, another from 75 to the 90 minus that. Agreed? Most people forget the second part. Is this clear, everyone? Check this out. Any doubts, ask me. Anika, clear, no? Lakshika, got this? Ivan, got this? Pratyush? Aryan? Maika, clear? Anshul? Ali? Georgia, got this? Perfect. So try this as a homework question. Next class, first thing on Sunday, we will discuss this. A particle is projected with u and theta, right? U is constant, theta is variable. Means you're throwing particles with constant speed and theta is variable. You can throw with any angle you want. Now, when you throw with different angles, what will happen? If you throw it steep, you will go like this. You can throw it pretty flat and you will go like this. So the question is, when you throw like this, find the angle for which the shaded area is maximum. Find theta for which the area under the curve is maximum. There is a shaded area. Get my question? Because see, when you throw with different angles, you get different areas. Among all the areas, there is one angle which will give you the maximum area. Got my question? Sure, give that a try. Let me give you one more homework question. You project with the particle u and theta exactly till the center r by 2, half of the range. The gravity was g. Once you cross this, the gravity became horizontal. It's a weird planet. Find time of flight or draw the path of the particle. Try these two. On Sunday we'll discuss them. It's not 45 है. इसका आंसर 45 नहीं है. हाँ Ali. Ali, you're saying something.
No, sir. Nothing.
Clear? So try these two questions. Are you getting the second question? For the first half of the ring, the gravity is down, then the gravity becomes horizontal. Draw the path of the particle. That would be fun. I'll do one thing. I'll show it in the next page. You're on a weird planet. The particle is projected with u and theta. So for the first half of the motion, r by 2, the gravity is as usual. Once you cross this line, the gravity becomes horizontal. You getting it? Draw the path of the particle. Okay. So this is the two homework questions. So try them and come. We will discuss them on Sunday. So we are catching up next class on Sunday, 7 p.m. to 8:30. Okay? Sure. So any doubts, anything you can say back and ask, also free to leave. So take care, stay safe. Exam is online till Tuesday evening, so make sure to give it. I'll send you the last week of paper and the results in the group right now in some time. So any doubts in today's class, anything you can ask. Also, any doubts, you can WhatsApp me. So take care, stay safe. I'll see you on